around. So looks like Avatar: The Way of Water's overall box office prediction for this movie went up since we saw the last time. I think the initial box office prediction for Avatar: The Way of Water was, it was around 150 million to 170 million dollar. Well, looks like since then, this movie's like opening weekend box office prediction looks like it went up. Surprisingly, it went up, yeah. So Avatar, the first movie, it came out in 2009, and it is, of course, one of the highest grossing movie of all time. And this movie, I don't know if Avatar: The Way of Water can be also the, even can it like reach that $1 billion? That is the biggest question everybody's mind has. Although it is coming out in this weekend, and this movie has no competition next 2 months or 1 month, and I do think this movie could do really good at the box office. Overall, how successful this movie will be, it will depend on how good this movie is, how much it is. Is it entertaining? Is it worth going to see theater over and over? Is this movie good? Is this movie, like, is it a connect with the audience? You know what I mean? Like the way Top Gun Maverick has connected, because it's been really long since the first movie came out. But you have to remember, the first movie, although came out a long time ago, but still it was one of the highest grossing movie ever. And people who saw that movie in theater, those same people will go out to see this movie, because obviously people like that movie. Otherwise it wouldn't been that much hit, especially normal general audience. They really like this blue world. Now this movie, it is these people's next chapter of their life. To people who saw the first movie, they don't want to know what happened to these people and their next chapter. Especially in this movie's case, it's really depend on this movie's review. Embargo has not lifted yet. It will lift tomorrow. So I'm really excited to see where it will sit tomorrow when the review embargo left. If this movie, if it sits on a higher end, although it doesn't matter, I guess overall it needs to connect with the audience. It doesn't matter what is the review will be, but I do think it needs to be at least in 80 there. Can this movie be hit? I'm actually really excited at this point to know how much of this movie, although this movie may not even open even bigger on the opening weekend, but it could have a long leg if it is really good and it connecting with the audience. This movie, I'm hearing it is really long. That is like, it's a little turn off for me. I'm like, I don't know if I like want to see 3.5 hour movie. I think this is 3 hour, I heard, which is still long, and some people did say this movie feels long. And I want to know how the action scenes are, because this movie did look like there is some action scene, and James Cameron, he's been working on this movie for last 10 years, this guy, and I hope it do well at the box office. You know, this guy has been working so hard, so I don't want this movie to be fall. Not that it's gonna flop, but I don't know if we'll be like how much people will be excited. It's depend on this movie's overall success. Will be dependent on how this movie is, I think. And people who is saying this movie will flop, I don't think it will flop, simply because all these people who like the first movie, they will go out to see this movie. It's just in a common sense. And people who don't like the movie, I think still those people will also go out to see, because like they will be like, whoa, let's see what is the fuss is about. But I think it's been a while since the first movie came out, and this since then world has changed. So let's see what it does. At this point, looks like it could open to $200 million at the domestic market, and the international market, they don't have a estimate number because it's very unpredictable what will happen. And worldwide market is a different market. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment, what do you think about this movie's box office prediction? Do you think this movie will be one of the huge hit or not? Let me know in the comment. If you enjoyed this video, share other videos on other topics. If you enjoy this, please subscribe until I